John Singh and his wife, Faith, got the idea of defending this music when they were busy reviving the dying art of hand-block printing.
There was so much depth and breadth to the tradition that you could just go on forever. And we built up a very successful business, which now employs hundreds of people.
They also got involved in preserving the buildings of Rajasthan.
What we saw is that actually the whole fabric of our state, Rajasthan, has a wealth of tradition, which is what we call virasat. And that wealth of tradition can maybe reinvent itself into the modern world, because at the end of the day, the virasat, the heritage, is the expression of the people of the land.
John Dada was always very keen on music. He was always inviting these folk musicians at his house, at his private parties, and he was sponsoring them.
This was to grow from a private passion into the foundation to support village musicians and the annual international festival, RIF.
I welcome you all in this beautiful, magical musical evening here of the Rajasthan International Folk Festival.
As the free concert in the town centre kicks off the festival, the Maharaja throws a more select opening night party under the brightest full moon of the year. Co-founder and patron of the festival, he hosts it within the massive walls of his 15th century fort.
This is great up here. There you are. Is this music that I'm listening to here, authentic music?
Yes, yes. You'll hear them at the festival.
RIF has become something very special, acknowledged around the world. The audience consists of a third locals, a third from the rest of India, and a third from the West. Our Chang drummers have made it to the festival.
We've come here especially for you, to hear you sing. There are 9 of us all together.
We'll get ready for you then.
It's lovely, really great.
Comes from what's called the Bhopa Bhopi tradition. A husband and wife team who are musicians, storytellers, as well as priests. After her husband passed away, Bhauri Devi, to earn a living, began singing other kinds of songs accompanied by her two sons. But these are not her only children. She has 7 others. And she actually looked after a total family of 22 people. And she actually sustains that through her singing, her work, likewise her 2 sons. And this is how they eke their living. She's an extremely tough and resilient woman.
I was very young when my mother died. I don't remember Mummy. There was no one else to sing with Papa, and I would sing. We'd go round the villages. Got married when I was 9, 10 years old. I was 12 when my eldest son was born.
Did you start singing right after you got married, with your husband?
Yes. If the Bopa knows the song and the Bopi does not, there cannot be a marriage. If they both sing, only then can there be a wedding. For 3 years after their father passed away, I was in bad shape. Looking after the family, all down to me.
This year, the foundation took Bhauri Devi to the Edinburgh Festival.
Bhauri Devi and her 2 sons are actually traveling out of India for the very first time. So they feel very privileged, and I would suggest you too should feel a little privileged.
Playing in the National Museum of Scotland is a great opportunity. But the point is not to turn the musicians into museum pieces.
It's a living heritage. And if the people have lost their songs, then that living heritage would die. And so I wasn't interested at all in conservation or archiving. If they can't earn their livelihood, and if they can't get self-respect, then their children are never going to adopt it. And if they don't, then it's gone. So 400-500 years of that tradition would have gone away. And that's what we're hoping we can prevent. Everybody in the village knows when a big car comes in, and they will start talking and wondering whose house are they going to. When she came back from Edinburgh, most of the village turned out to greet her.
Bhauri's son, Krishna, has increasingly turned to pop music to make a living, playing his harmonium at village dances. He's bought this Jeep with the proceeds. Ironically, going to Edinburgh makes him value the local music more. It's what makes him special. But going abroad is having another effect.
Now she's got it in her head after having been abroad where we had such good facilities, like good house and aircon. We had never seen such things. This is nothing compared to that.
Bowery, why are you getting worried? The house will get sorted sooner or later. There's no rush. You've spent so many years in this place. Forget about the dreams of Britain. Even when I go there, I think it is a dream too.
But the attention they're receiving is stopping other villagers treating them like outcasts.
I had a long chat with the son. He says after Edinburgh for about 10 days, there were 10, 15 people coming every day to drink tea and inquire about stuff. So his stature in society is, people take him seriously. It has a very positive effect because people won't treat him that house at the edge of town. And I was telling him, I said, you're damn lucky, you're the highest house in town. You can look down upon people now.
Now we're off on a trip into Bowery Davy's past. Miles down dirt roads where electricity pylons haven't yet reached. This is music akin to magic. Music to evoke powers of healing. Sacred music. Only 7 or 8 of these storyteller priests, bopas, still exist. The epic tale unfolds over 4 whole nights.
Everyone said, please go to Sagar Bopa. He is the last few Bopas in our society who can tell you everything about our rituals.
So Sagar Bopa really has got the whole story. He could recite for 4 nights.
Yes, he said, you do organize and we will show you.
You see, when he was preparing, he just totally soaked in this.
He recites the ancient story of the life of the folk hero and god, Pabraji, in front of a huge hand-painted scroll. It's like a mobile temple.
There's a whole ritual behind it. There's got to be a girl in the house who's not married, and her prayers have to be said before the whole thing starts. And then the painting starts, which takes a long time. But while they're doing that, they can stand on it and paint. And when the final thing is made, it's like they put the eyes on the gods. Then it's deemed to have become a temple, and you don't put your feet and you just roll it up. It's never bought by Bopa. It's always gifted by some patron. But each one of these squares has a story. Escape from somewhere, taken a prisoner. Not many people like that exist, and there are not many paintings which have power.
The big question is whether a bopa like this can still earn a living from his art. John thinks sadly not.
People who need the bopa would be fairly traditional people. Maybe modern people don't believe in the spirit and they don't believe in the soul even. With modern medicines and everything else that's come in, why are they likely to call a bopa? It is dwindling.